Sekai voice.
Sekai voice.
That in the context of a company, the hierarchy is very strong.
In some ways, yeah, it will eventually take over, I would say.
Dennis, P1. I'm from France, but I'm living in the Netherlands. Engineer, yeah, micro equipment, yeah. So create software and chips and all of it. My son is living in Tokyo, so I'm visiting him, and also I spend holidays in Japan. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, I like Japan. Yeah, I lived 5 years in Japan in the past. If I compare it's very well organized, and also it's the culture is very important, the Japanese culture. Yeah, I compare with France. So, for example, it's France is not so organized, so it's the opposite, I would say, and less organized. And the culture also is going away in France. People are very respectful and aware of the community, and things are also disappearing in France. The hierarchy, the structure, not much space, I think, for creativity. I mean, in the context of a company, yeah? I don't know in the context of life, because I'm not Japanese. But in the context of a company, the hierarchy is very strong, and doesn't leave space to employee to speak up, we can say. The manager have an idea, which is not good, but the employee knows this, he cannot say it, for example. So I lived in Fukuoka and Nagasaki. It was in Nagoya, and I was working for first time with Sony and second time with Toshiba. And also as a employee from, because I'm coming from a European company, so I have my 8 weeks of holidays compared to a Japanese, and I think it's 20 days. For example, they don't have a lot of life balance. That's also one of the points. What I like is the respect that the people have to each other, and also they go to the very good go to the detail. It's very well, and that's very great. Yeah, quality is very important, and that's very nice. Yeah, and you can say the quality of yeah, you can see it in the food and also in your equipment, and that's great. And for example, in a shop, or I travel to Japan, and for example, there's always many people to do the work. For example, if you go to a restaurant, there's always 3 or 5 waiters and 2 or 3 cooks, and so it goes very fast and very smooth. And all these people have a work, of course. And for example, a boat. I took a boat, and you see 4 or 5 people pulling the ropes, and 3 people helping the car to go out of the boat, and team play. Yeah. Many times people are stopped in their, for example, especially the women, they are stopped in their career, and also, for example, the couple, they have the children, and they cannot take care really of the children because they have to go to work, and they don't have really help for, I don't know, from the government, or to take. Yeah, I know they have, for example, holidays after the birth of a child, but they don't take it. Because it's not well seen from a company. So if people have more life balance, maybe it will be better.
Actually, my job is connected to cosmetics, nail polish, gel polish production, but Toyota production system and the Kaizen, it is actually definite automotive production. It is how to say, even it is much bigger, deeper, knowing, like even we did go to elementary school. We did see how Japanese children do cleaning in the classrooms and in the school, and it opened up my eyes that the teamwork that is already basics from the childhood actually. And that's not how it's used to be done in Latvia. So when we grow up and go to these works, we have our jobs, we don't know how to communicate, how to work in the teams. That was eye-opening for me to see here. Yeah, that is what I came for actually. I would say first time when I heard it, that was in the high school. I'm now 33 years old, and then that was like maybe 10 years ago. Why did it happen? Why that? What caused this action? And see the root cause, actually find it and make it better, make it happen, improve yourself, improve the process, and so the next time it was more convenient for you, your employees, and to solve this problem actually, so that the problem even wouldn't be anymore. First of all, I want to mention that I'm really pleased of the culture here. Everyone seems to be open and helpful. If you don't know the way where you're heading, don't know where to go, you are like don't see where you need to go, then you can ask everyone on the street and everyone will help, try to help. Of course, there is like if you ask, do you speak English? Everyone answers, yeah, a little bit, but actually could be not so useful, and you need to actually use the translator, because yeah, they are open to help you, but if you like start speaking in English, it's a bit hard for you, as I understand. Thank you in their way. That is pleasant. Yeah, in my country it's not like that. Everyone's not smiling, they are like oh, I'm sad, like this, but here it's not that. It's very much different. Everyone are open and kind and smiling. Elderly people, like from, I would say, 40-50 years up, they won't help you, because I will not say that we are racist, but we are not open to other foreigners. Yeah, and because like there are really small groups of foreigners actually in Latvia, and we are like Latvians and Russians assimilated, because we were part of the Soviet Union. Like 50% are Russians, 50 are Latvians. I would say Latvians are more open, but they are not willing to open, like because of some conflicts with the Russians and so on. And if you will ask help for like 40 and below for help, most definitely they know the English. Yeah, if you would come to Latvia, you wouldn't see such big cities like in Japan. They are much smaller. We have like one big city, Riga, that is capital actually, but otherwise we have like thousands of square meters of forests and fields. It is nature, let's say so. You won't see here in Japan like gardens a lot in cities, but in Latvia it is plenty of gardens, plenty of trees. Yeah, nature, it's really a lot of nature. There aren't hills, but forests and rivers, lakes, it's popular. You can go to almost any lake and have a swim there with no problem. I would say even if it's not nature, then if it is like your private home, not apartment in buildings, yeah, we have like a lot of private homes in suburbs. and you still go out and feel free. You have much your space, your private space. You can do whatever you like there, almost run naked in your garden or whatever. It is the freedom, like that we are still like separated, the Russians and Latvians. There is like this integration program running, but we're still, I guess, there should change like 2 or 3 generations, and I would say then would be really nice, and everyone would be like one group. Now we are like separated into 2 groups, I would say so. No, definitely, I'm not supporting Russia. I'm not supporting war or whatever. I would like Russia to leave Ukraine and let them be who they are with their traditions, and yeah, that is what I would like.
I'm Kyle. I'm 23, so pretty young. I'm from the Netherlands, really close to Amsterdam. So we're in a small place called Wormer, so pretty small. I am a front-end developer, so I develop websites, and I'm currently the lead of a really big project in the Netherlands that oversees all the government websites. Pretty cool job. Really enjoy it. So working for another company. It's also in Japan. It's mostly focused on tech, on building websites, doing all kind of tech stuff. So yeah, good question. I've always seen Japan in like videos on YouTube or in other places, and really, I got really attracted to the culture. So as you may know, the Netherlands is really different on the other side of the world. So yeah, it's a really different culture, and that's the thing that interested me the most, and I really wanted to see it for myself. So I like the anime stuff, of course. Yeah, the anime is like, of course, Pokemon. One Piece. Also like it. That's generally the titles that I'll watch. So not really that much more. Don't really have much available in the Netherlands. So yeah, the food. Really enjoy the food. It's really different from the Netherlands. We don't flavor it. So here it's really different. Really enjoy it. So yeah, the food is miserable. It's mostly the dinner and lunch part that's miserable. Also, breakfast is not that nice. We do have some nice desserts, some nice sweets. That's the only good thing. Like you probably know the caramel waffles. Yeah, those we have a lot of those in the Netherlands. They are originated from there. So really proud of like the caramel waffles. No, the food is just not nice. Everything else I do enjoy in the Netherlands. I do enjoy the education, the public roads, everything surrounding transportation. I really enjoy it. But yeah, the people are extremely nice, of course. Not as nice as Japanese people, but they are quite direct, and that can be a bit challenging for other countries, other people. Um, so if someone approaches you in the Netherlands, don't be shocked. It happens all the time. And they are really direct with the questions, so it can be kind of a culture shock. Because in the Netherlands, everyone just approaches you and asks you questions, etc. So that's really a really big difference. The people are really different. You should definitely visit it if you have the opportunity. If you're kind of looking for something else that's not Asian focused, Netherlands is like a really great country for that. It's really different from other countries in Europe as well. Um, the windmills, the culture, the food is not as nice, but we do have a lot of fusion restaurants that are Asian or African or other kinds of countries. So that's really nice. that's definitely why you should visit. Seeing Amsterdam is also pretty different from Tokyo. We have a lot of small houses. We have a lot of culture surrounding the World War. So if you're really interested in that, yeah, you should definitely visit. Yeah, it's a pretty big tourist trap. Be careful what you buy. That's all I gotta say. Buy it at a certified shop because it is still illegal in the Netherlands. Everyone thinks it's legal. It is not legal. Uh, so if you do want to buy it, go to a shop, hide it somewhere. People will not look weird at you or something else. You can always have it on you, but when the police catch you, they will just take it. You won't get a fine, but they will just take your weed and you gotta buy it again. Yeah, it's decriminalized, so it's not legal. No, it's not legal. If there are shops where you can buy it, those are legal. But when it gets to the shop and you get it out of the shop, it's no longer legal. So if the police catch you with it, they can just take it. Yeah, it's always has been illegal. Yeah, it's very touristy, especially in Amsterdam. People smoke it on the streets, which is no big deal. You can, of course, but be careful. The police can just take it from you. Yeah, I definitely think it should be legal. If you compare it, let's say for alcohol, there are so many deaths because of alcohol. If you go to the streets, let's say London or Amsterdam, even Amsterdam has homeless people. It's all because of alcohol. We don't get anything from weed. No diseases, no illnesses. So definitely think it should be legal because it's less harmful than alcohol and other substances. In my opinion, it's not bad that we lose the tourism. It's, as I said, it's not legal yet, but people abuse it a lot, especially the tourists. Yeah, it's not as nice, I would say. But yeah, if we lose tourism over it, it's no big deal from my part. In some ways, yeah, it will eventually take over, I would say. With ChatGPT released and etc., people think it's gonna be in the next few years. But how I view it, it's gonna be at least like 30, 40 years before we can get to the level that people are now. Because machines don't behave the same way someone behaves. So it's really different compared to, yeah, let's say a developer that's all like I am. We will write code or program very differently. We will go to the needs of, for let's say, the client and adjust everything to that. And AI can't do that. It needs to be way more intelligent. It needs to be more sentient. It's just not on that level. I do use it. It's basically become part of the job now. It's just really easy to ask questions. It searches the web for you, so yeah, it's really handy. We need to use it. Yeah, I don't program for me, but if I have, let's say, a bug or something I need to know about the code, I can just write it for what it is, how it behaves, and it explains it to me. It's like basically a tool to help you. So yeah, it's really nice. I would say you don't even need to know English to program. Of course, it's really helpful if you do. But yeah, if you want to be a programmer or learn English or anything in that, yeah, that way, just go for it. You don't need to study for it. You don't need to go to college or something else. You can just find everything online. So if you do want to do it, just go for it. Just type in a small example, just learn the basic ways, and eventually you'll grow into it. There's so much remote work for it. So if it's not in your country, you can always go to, let's say, a job application site, search for a remote job in America or Europe or whatever, and you will always find something. That's the nice part about being a programmer. You always have meetings online, so it doesn't really matter. It's of course really helpful, just a basic understanding. If you want to go for it, just go for it.